Good morning, everyone. Dear students, in our last lecture, we learned about the kinetic energy of rolling body. Again, in the same article, we obtain expression for translational speed, that is linear velocity of the rolling object, and also for the acceleration of, that is linear acceleration of a rolling object. I hope you prepared the ratio of different kinetic energies of the roll object in rolling motion, in translational, rotational. I hope you are doing the given work at home. So here again we have to study the another article, that is angular momentum of rotating body. I have changed a sequence of the chapter little bit. These are the physical quantities which we study in physical significance. So first we will obtain the relation for all that physical quantities. First was torque, then it was kinetic energy, and similarly here is an angular momentum. And then we will study the two principal, perpendicular and parallel axis, and later on their applications. So here we have to study, or we have to obtain the expression for angular momentum of rotating body. First of all, what is angular momentum? In our first lecture on this chapter, we study the analogy of physical quantities in linear and in rotational motion. So there was a linear quantity called as P equal to m into v. This is known as linear momentum. And then it was force equal to mass into acceleration. Both of these quantities are for circular motion. The analogous quantities in rotational motion. For force, it is torque. It is equal to F into R. In vector form, it is written as R cross F. So this torque is also read as moment of force. In short, in very short words, in very short length of words, we can define this torque as moment of force. Similarly, we can write the analogous quantity to linear momentum in rotational motion. It is angular momentum. It is equal to capital L. Equal to it is P into R. How we can read this as? If this torque is read as moment of force, how we can read angular momentum? It is moment of linear momentum. It is a very simple definition of angular momentum. The moment of linear momentum is called as angular momentum. So it is angular momentum. So in vector form, this angular momentum is written as vector R cross vector P, where P is a vector quantity, linear momentum. Here also force is a vector quantity, and direction of this torque and angular quantities are given by right hand screw rule along the axis of rotation. So these are the basic ideas about moment of force, moment of linear momentum. So angular momentum is nothing but it is moment of linear momentum. So it is product of linear momentum quantity and perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. So this is P, it is the quantity in linear motion into perpendicular distance gives quantity in angular momentum. So here consider here a rigid body which is rotating with constant angular velocity omega about the axis passing through point O. Let this body consist of number of particles of masses m1, m2, m3, m4, so on. They are situated at distances. This is r1, this is r2, r3, r4, so on. They are moving with linear velocities. We know when a body rotates about its axis, each and every individual particle in the body performs circular motion whose center lies on the axis of rotation of the body. So all these particles, individual particle perform circular motion with their centers on the axis of rotation. So this particle performs linear velocity v1, circular motion with linear velocity v1. For this particle it is v2. For this particle it is suppose v3, and for this particle it is v4. So this is mass of particle and this is velocity. So these are velocities of particle. So this is m3 and its velocity is v3. So how we can write the explanation of this figure? In very simple words, consider a rigid body rotating with constant angular velocity about the axis passing through point O. Let the body consist of number of particles of masses m1, m2, m3, m4, so on. These particles are situated at distances r1, r2, r3, r4, so on, respectively from the axis, and they are moving with linear velocity, suppose v1, v2, v3, v4, so on. So this is very simple explanation of this figure. This body consists of number of particles of masses. They are situated at distances from axis of rotation respectively, and they are having translational or linear velocities about the axis of rotation, as each and every particle performs circular motion about the axis when the body rotates about its axis. So this is the explanation of figure. Now here we have to consider for first particle, its linear momentum p1 is given by m1 into v1. As in case of force we consider first, as in case of torque we consider first force acting on the object. In case of kinetic energy we consider first linear or translational kinetic energy. Here we have to obtain expression for angular momentum. So first of all we have to consider expression for linear kinetic energy or linear momentum. So p1 equal to m1 v1 for first particle. But for what about v1? This v1 equal to r1 into omega. We have this relation. So we can write p1 equal to m1, this r1 into omega. So this is linear momentum of first particle. Now we have to obtain angular momentum of first particle. Now this angular momentum, what is formula for angular momentum? It is p into r. So for first particle it can be written as L1 equal to p1 into r1. But what is p1? m1 r1 omega. So write L1 is equal to m1, here r1 into r1 square into omega. So this is angular momentum of first particle. We can write similarly for other particles. For second particle, L2 can be written as m2 r2 square omega. L3 can be written as m3 r3 square omega. So on. We initially considered that body consists of how many particles? N particles. So for nth particle we can write this L n equal to, instead of m3 here m n, here it is r n square and omega. So these are angular momentum of individual particle, but actually we have to obtain expression for angular momentum of rotating body. So total angular momentum, this total angular momentum is capital M. It is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 plus so on up to L n for nth particle. So total angular momentum is written as sum of all these individual angular momentum. So take the sum of all these individual angular momentum. So we can write here capital L is equal to, what is L1? It is M1 R1 square omega plus L2, it is M2 R2 square omega plus it is M3 R3 square omega plus so on up to plus Mn Rn square omega. So these are the sum of individual angular momentums. So finally we can write capital L. Here omega is constant term, take it outside the bracket. Inside the bracket it is M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus M3 R3 square plus so on up to Mn Rn square. Outside the bracket is omega. So what is this? By definition it is sum of product of mass of each particle and square of its distance from axis of rotation. It is definition of moment of inertia. So finally we can write capital L equal to, this is summation of Mi Ri square omega I from 1 to n. But the summation of Mi Ri square from I equal to 1 to n is equal to capital I. It is definition of moment of inertia as we have seen previously. So instead of this bracket you can write capital I. So finally capital L becomes, it is I into omega. So this is the relation for angular momentum of rotating body. So how we obtain relation for angular momentum? Like this, considering figure, its proper and simple explanation. Then we obtain linear momentum of first particle. We write for angular momentum of first particle. Similarly for second, third, fourth, so on up to nth particle. And then total angular momentum is sum of individual angular momentums. So capital L is equal to summation of all these. Omega taken common outside the bracket, inside the bracket the terms remain sum of product of masses and square of distances between axis of rotation and each mass. It is moment of inertia, so it is L equal to I omega. So this can be written in terms of time period and frequency of revolution also. Here we have to consider a remark. We have kinetic energy of rolling body. Suppose E, kinetic energy of rolling body is 1 by 2 I omega square, and this capital L is equal to I omega square, omega. If we take division of these two, we can write capital E by capital L is equal to 1 omega omega get cancelled, I get cancelled. Here remains 1 by 2 omega. So we can write here, therefore, what we can write? Capital E equal to 1 by 2 L into omega. What is L in terms of E? Or capital L can be written as 2E by omega, or also omega can be written as, or omega is equal to 2E by L. So these are the different relations between rotational kinetic energy and angular momentum. Also we can address this term also. Capital E can be written as capital E equal to 1 by 2 I square omega square divided by I. Just adjustment of a term. One I get cancelled, here remains only I. But I omega is L. So capital E can be written as 1 by 2 is L square by I. So what is angular momentum from this relation? Capital L can be written as square root of 2 EI, where E is kinetic energy of rotating body. So these are different relations between kinetic energy and angular momentum of rotating body. Similar relations you can write in linear motion also. That P equal to m into V and kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 mv square. You can write the same relation in linear motion also. So this is expression for angular momentum of rotating body and its relation with angular momentum and kinetic energy. So kinetic energy first, before that torque and angular momentum. These three articles you can prepare in 1 hour. When you sit for study, just read the three articles at once and then you can write easily. Consider first linear quantity and then write for same respective quantity in rotational motion. So torque, kinetic energy of rotating body and angular momentum, these are similar articles, very easy